Hi everyone, Coach Sullivan here again from MJS Coaching Football. My background, this is my 38th year coaching football. I've either been the defensive, offensive, or special teams coordinator, as well as the head coach at both the collegiate and high school levels. In this presentation, I want to talk to you about a different, what we call designated package combo. We're just simply adding a stick tag to an existing designated combo. So on this diagram, it's called a dab stick. If you see the combo playlist, you'll see there is a presentation on dab and RAM. Well, this is the same blitz, except it now has the stick tag at the end. So how does that tweak and affect the blitz, and why do we do it? Okay, so I'm not going to go through all the techniques involved in the Go Blitzer or anything of that sort. This is a five-man pressure, and as you can see, all three defensive linemen are not only rushing the passer, making it a five-man pressure, but all are involved in the run portion of it as well. Okay? So the bottom line is the difference, hence the stick tag, okay, is the defensive end and the side of the call, instead of slanting and pinching up and penetrating B gap, now sticks into A. Again, other programs call it a long stick. We just say stick. Slant, right? One gap, stick, two gaps. That's simple. Okay. Again, I'm trying to keep things as concise and simple as possible, including with name recognition. So because the defensive end on the call side, in this case the stud, remember anytime it's Ringo, it'll be the stud because the D line's left and right. Because the stud's sticking A, that bumps the nose into the opposite A. Okay, which isn't all that different for the nose. Okay. But it also bumps the defensive end away from the call. Okay. So, it's similar to the rope concept in the secondary with our outside linebackers. When he blitzes, see, it pulls the safety down to replace in coverage, which pulls this, right? They're all connected on a rope. So there's no mistakes, there's no voids. We don't have people going in the opposite direction and leaving big chunks of the field unaccounted for. Okay, by bumping, it pushes these two guys in the same direction. So it's a similar concept, except it's not pull, it's push. Okay, because the big difference here is instead of now on the snap of the football, the backer just digging hard off the front toe and executing a bob, which is right back or outside, it means B gap because it's a plug, B gap to B gap. O is the B, right? Instead, he allows the stick to occur. So he literally, when it says delay plug, he takes his read step with his outside foot, takes a slight shuffle, nothing major, because this defensive end should be moving fast, and then he's going right off the butt of the defensive end. That's how it should mesh up. Okay? So again, a delay, he's going to take his normal outside read step, which is downhill. We do it by design. Remember, our stance is always staggered, right? Toe to instep with the arch of your foot. And then he's going to take a slight shuffle step outside, because as soon as the butt has essentially gotten to where he is, he's going to start coming downhill. So he comes as close as possible right off the butt. So to answer the question, why not just have him go? Because if for some reason the defensive end were to stumble, if this defensive end were slow to be reacting and getting off on the snap, there'd be a major collision. Okay, and I'm not taking any chances. As I tell the backer, I'd rather you're a little late than early. Because if you're early, we got a collision or we got a crash, and that's not good. This crash is good. The C crash, a crash between our backer and DN, not good. Okay, so that's the reason for that. So why we would call this is a great change up versus a pass. Okay, for a number of reasons, protection wise. Before I go to the complementary ram stick, the RPO look to this is incredible, because if the execute an RPO, this will get the quarterback to pull the ball quick, and if he gives it, it'll be nowhere to go. Now our backer is in a position to, if he can see the quarterback pull it and getting ready to throw, he can now undercut the ball. So he would not finish the blitz if this were an RPO situation and the quarterback pulled it quick to throw the football. Okay? And again, there'd be nowhere to go, because this Mike linebacker, he's a 31. He's got the B gap. We've got all the gaps covered. And then people are penetrating, so there shouldn't be anywhere to go with the football. Remember, we're a spill team, right? One gap spill team. So that would be why we would call it, a predominant reason why we would call it. A pass situation, because if it were pass, big on big, he's going to work out here. With this guy crossing his face, it's very likely he's going to occupy the guard. If nothing else, he's going to occupy the guard's eyes. And that should free up the blitz. There's a little bit of a delayed blitz by the backer. Okay? So that would be the other reason to run it. Install on the same day, dab stick, ram stick, right? Rover and Mike, same effect. Now, any lucky, it's always the ends, left and right, because the end sticking A, right, it pushes the nose and the stud, A, C. Now the backer is the 31, B gap. So the reason we would run it over here might be slightly different. This is still the run strength side. So this would give time versus, say, a one-back power for the Mike to read the scheme and fit accordingly, give him the ability to read out if needed. Or if it was a situation where this, as I say, if the C's open up for you, shoot it, right? Open window, take it, baby. So that gives him the option versus the run. In a two-back situation, an ISO play, you're likely to get a down block, try and get his butt in the hole. There's very good chance that now he's going to be able to take it and shoot it, or he's going to have the go blitz spill the fullback, so the thing will bounce, and that gives him the ability to read out as well. Okay, so it's not a guarantee in a ram stick that the plug is going to happen, because the plug gives them the ability to read out based on the play. Okay, if this were a pass, again, big, little delay, boom. Okay, it could be an RPO side. I've talked about this before. It's not as great a side, but the technique, for the Mike is the same as the backer. If it were an RPO and he was able to see the quarterback getting ready to throw, he can now read out and try and undercut the pass. Okay, that's the other reason why we would run this. So just by simply tagging stick, remember, a tag is at the end of the call, right? An add is at the beginning. By tagging stick, that's the impact it has, and that's the reasons why we would tag stick to it. Okay? As always, please, if anybody has any questions, please reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com, and I would love to talk football with you.